Hello, this is the first time we are doing a recording for Décideur.tv in English. I'm very pleased to welcome Simon Francis. Hello, Simon.
Hi, thank you.
And close to you, Christophe Lichtenstein. Hello, Christophe.
Hi.
We're speaking in English because of Simon, because you're...
I apologize.
No, that's fine, that's fine. It will be a broader audience for us. We're going to talk about the business of advertising, where it's going, where does it come from, because it's moving fast. You're the head of Saatchi Saatchi in Europe and Africa and the Middle East. First of all, a word of this business. What do you observe now?
Well, you're right, it is changing very, very rapidly. And before there were PR agencies, media agencies, advertising agencies. And we believe, certainly, there is now one type of agency that serves twin gods. The first god is the consumer and the other is the client. And in the middle there is compelling content solutions that we must build to link the two together.
So we have to make a pause because it's quite a radical change you're mentioning. It's not a small change. You're squeezing out a PR agency, advertising agency. You're changing completely the model? It's
not so much squeezing them out, it's bringing them in. We have a recruitment policy we call the Saatchi Saatchi arc, like from the Bible, Noah's Ark, where the teams, they come in 2 by 2, PR, promotions and digital too. So we're only recruiting people from different disciplines and bringing them into a new style of agency, a fully integrated agency for an integrated age.
But what has changed? Is it the technology? Is it the crisis that makes this evolution happen?
No, it's a consumer requirement and it is a change in culture too. So you have to really understand the new generation of consumer and you have to give up control to them, to co-create with them, and we've got some fantastic case histories where we have built these compelling content solutions that people can play with, they can help build, and then they can generate themselves.
Christophe, can we take an example in France of your day-to-day job and how you're serving these twin gods?
I've been working for Saatchi for 3 years now, and what is really exciting is that we had the right to change everything, or almost everything. So,
what has changed within 3 years?
I think that we're now focused on what consumer needs and less on what the organization inside Saatchi needs. You know, it's less and less about silos, and it's more and more about integration and give to the consumer the right content at the right moment. So
you're talking a lot about content. Let's take an example. You've done a job for
I would
Universal.
say that there are many examples, but I would say that what we've done for Universal Mobile is a great example. Of
what did you do, sir?
Instead of doing what we used to be, you know, I mean, TV commercial, you know, 30-second commercial.
The attention TV.
Yeah.
The attention media.
Yeah, from the attention to the attraction. And what we've done is to attract consumer to the brand. We've wrote a song, you know, and we've produced a video clip that you maybe have seen on MTV or on YouTube, and that was non-branded.
So how do you make the connection if it's not branded? How do you come to the brand?
First of all, we came to the consumers, so we said exactly in that song what the consumers wanted us to say. Okay, it's about the new generation, young and limited generation. So, and then we put on air some extract of those contents, and that time they were branded. And then we make the connection between new media, new technology and traditional media, you know, to boost the campaign and the results.
So Simon, you mentioned the Bible earlier. So does it mean that nowadays brands have to give to receive as well, which is a quote of the Bible?
Yes, absolutely, very definitely. It's not about idea ownership. What branding was about before was managing something and presenting it to consumers. Now what we do is we give up the ownership.
Forever? Or?
I think for some categories it is still relevant, but for many more it is about offering yourselves up and letting the consumer co-create your brand and your communications with it. The Universal Mobile example is a great one, because not only did they look at the video, they made their own. They made their own songs, they passed them on to their friends, they blogged about them. And this is the new attraction economy working and succeeding.
What kind of business does that represent today? Is that like 20% of your business, or is it
2 years ago, across Europe, Middle East and Africa, non-traditional revenues were 19%. In 2 years, we've doubled them to 38%. And I think we still have some more headroom to go. What is important, though, is the value that that creates for the client. The free, earned media that Universal Mobile generated through YouTube and through blog coverage, maybe up to €500,000, instead of paying for that media in the old model.
Can it work for anybody? I mean, and is it the Graal in a way?
It's not easy. It can't work unless you've got the right people. It can't work unless you've got the right structures. It can't work unless you understand and you've done it. And when you look at the work that Christophe and his teams have done to secure some of the new business for both Eurosport betting, the Olympics, Häagen-Dazs and so on, it's clear that we have got that understanding in France and we draw upon the network experience globally to do it.
Christophe, is it an easy pitch to go in this direction and saying, well, we're doing content, we're doing community management, and
of course not. It's not easy. First of all, because we need the right talents, but we're doing it, and our non-traditional revenue in France is now about 25%, so it's a little bit less than the average in Europe, because the market is maybe more traditional, but we're doing it. And we're not doing it only on that kind of brands that some people think that it's easier to do it on Universal Mobile but we're doing it for Toyota, for example, so for big traditional clients. What we've done to launch the new Toyota IQ.
Yes. What did you do?
A web channel.
Something you would know about.
We're in it.
Okay, so we've launched the Toyota IQ, with a 100% digital program. So that was completely new.
So it's changing and changing fast. I guess, Simon, I remember you told me you studied biology and Darwin. You're living this experiment as well.
I think so. Darwin taught us that this is not a slow, evolution is not a slow, gradual process. It is a series of rapid mutations that cause the change. End of 2008, 2009 is a year of mutation. The fittest will survive. We've got all of the things in place to do it, and we're beginning to win the clients that we need to grow. Some will die.
And are they still pouring a lot of money in this business? Because what your solution are proposing is to save money in a way, because you mentioned it, you can earn customer attraction with less money because of this buzz, because of this content.
Money shifts. You don't pay it on the media, you pay it in production. You have to have brilliant content if you want to attract an audience. So you have to invest in brilliant content.
People.
Brilliant people to make brilliant content.
So does it mean you have to change the profile of people you are recruiting?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Can you talk about these silos and the
3 years ago
the solos, which was the advertising world.
The agency was about silos, advertising on one side, digital on the other side, PR, blah blah. So now
it's working together.
Completely, yes.
Because I heard this speech as well in the media industry saying, well, there's a print, there's a web, but now we're working together. But in fact, this is not true, not yet. It should be like that, but it's not the case.
You can only do that if you remove the P&L boundaries. You can only do that if you remove the titles from people, so they don't have head of department. If there are no departments, everyone just works together.
But you mentioned
it's more
Darwin.
like a kibbutz than a town hall.
But you mentioned Darwin. Are people working in the old industry able to adapt to this new world?
No, not always. Of the 14 wholly owned CEOs across Europe, Middle East and Africa, 9 of them left as part of the European strategy. Christophe and his creative partner Christophe have recruited a young and talented team that have thrived in this environment and winning in it. Others couldn't cope and had to leave, and they have been replaced from people from the media business, from the digital business, or from the PR businesses.
Do you think this is the end of the evolution, or we are still at the early beginning of a big shift?
I think it's clear we're at the beginning. I think every day will be a new dawn, and every day we must challenge ourselves to move faster than the consumer. And the consumer is ready and willing to move very fast.
So it's exciting in a way, no?
Never been better.
More than ever. Yeah. It's tougher and tougher, but very exciting.
But exciting.
Yeah,
okay.
course, yes.
Thank you both of you for
Thank you.
your
Thank
visit.
Merci.
Merci.